tell you a pet hate of mine. It's when people use thumbnails that aren't even in the videos, and it's just nonsense. And I did that last week with that 50p fuel depot. So I thought to make it up to you, I'd have a go at doing the actual thumbnail as part of my thanks for getting me 1,000 subscribers. What do I need for such a quest, I hear you ask? I can tell you now what you need. 3 cans of Pringles and scoff all Pringles out of them. Some scrap cards, some tools, ruler, glue, paint. I've got super glue, I've got Copydex on this, some grey emulsion paint, a few different colour dropper wires. I've got red, black, even use some blue. Get some different colours in for you in the mix. A few different sheets of Metcalf card. I've got red brick, I've got some stone brick, some scrap card as well. Boom, and we're going to step by step it to pieces. First things first, cut your centre scrap of card 26 centimetres by 10 centimetres. That's 0.00026 kilometres by 0.00010 kilometres if you're working kilometres. When you do your sidewalls, as you've just seen, make sure the longer ones overlap so that it fits beautifully and square. I've stuck a bit of greaseproof paper down, literally just so glue doesn't stick to it. Glue them all together just like before. Cut your walls just like before. Up to now we've used 40p worth of red brick because that's the rest of that other sheet, so yeah, 40p. Cut your sidewalls a bit longer. This is a different method, I fold them and it's better. So using a metal ruler, fold it over like a madman. Look at that, now they've got no paint, you don't need to fill that now, it's beautiful. Offer it up to the template and then figure out where your next one goes and do the same on the other end. Beautiful. Glue them on like that with super glue and that's as good to go. Look at that. Beautiful. You can use any scrap card for the inside. I use corrugated for a bit of extra thickness just so walls are a bit more realistic. Boom. As before, couple of walls, about 20mm. Inside's going to be a bit short because you've got the height of the floor. Just going to add a little bit of Code 57 Metcalf into the base. 1, because it looks nice and it doesn't need painting, and 2, because I cut my internal walls a bit short. Looks like some kind of rugged stone floor now. Glue that in, that's how it looks. Glue your insides in, that's how it looks. Look at them corners, look nice. We don't worry about them little joins about ½ inch up, it's fine. This time we're going to use scale model scenery coping stones just to be a bit more posher. Boom, get them on. They're £8 for 20, I've used 4, that's £1.60. Metcalf stone, 30p. Total so far, £2.30. So far so good. Here's a little close-up of what you've done so far. Right, we're cracking on. Get your 3 Pringles tubs. Scoff all your Pringles out of them, if you haven't done already. Unlike before, this time we're going to wrap card around these Pringles tubes so you don't see diagonal lines. Get your Copydex glue and paint it on like an absolute maniac all over your Pringles without any gaps. I use Metcalf for this because I found cheap card would just crease in. Metcalf card, so I've used another 30p worth of Metcalf. But I've Copydex it on, use elastic bands to hold it in place, and just make sure you get your thumbs on join and just press them joins down nice and firm for a few seconds, then they're good to go. Congratulations, that's part 1 of the premium diesel storage tanks complete. On a side note, you've got to use multicoloured elastic bands. Repeat that technique with next 2 and then it should look something like this. Not going to mess about, done that before. Paint all 3 up and that's a beautiful. Get some paint and start painting like a maniac. One thing I will say, this paint, it only works if you take the lid off, otherwise you can't get paint out. As you can see, painted them already. Can't mess about doing that twice. Next, get some red wire, 100mm long, stick it in some needle nose pliers, bend end of it like that, like a hook. Beautiful. Do that 3 times. And I know what you're thinking that card is wrapped around them and painted, it looks ridiculous because it's got a seam. Well, get ready. Glue across that seam with a bit of super glue. Now you're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. You remember that cheeky piece of red wire that we've just done? Stick it on and try not to super glue your fingers to it because it's absolutely crackers if you do, and I did it on this one. Super glue my fingers. Get some activator and spray it to get it solid straight away. Try not to be all fingers and thumbs like me because that were a little bit mad, wasn't it? Little squirt with activator and that is good to go. It's going to come out looking something like that. Do the same with other two until you've got 3 that look like that. Beautiful. Right, get some scraps of card that are about that long that'll run across all 3 of them tanks, and just basically super glue them together. I use these fancy curve ones, but in end I changed my mind and I only left a little bit of a curve on, so you're going to see me glue this and then I'll just adjust it. I did it with 2 pieces in like a staggered layer, just to replicate a bit like a girder from looking at it from front. That's why I've done 2 layers. Next, get some black wire, 50mm long pieces, and just bend them off your ruler like that, so it's just nice. As you can see, trimmed that down like a madman. Got a bit of mesh left over from that fence and all up. Painted it up with a bit of black paint, just a bit of acrylic, dry brushed it on to make it dark. Used 40p worth of mesh. Next, get your copied X on that bit of card you've done, stick your painted metal onto it, and there you go. I've got an old non-working depot light. I've took that to bits to steal ladder off it. A couple of bits of white tack. It's got to be white, not blue, because blue won't work. And then just stick them underneath there like that, and then you can stick them on top. Once that's been placed on roof, I get some 3D printed yellow safety rails and I go around the edges of that so it looks nice and safe. I didn't film it because I think by this point I'd been drinking beer and then I forgot what I was doing. So for no particular reason, Class 37's just led camera in for a bit of a shot. We'll zoom out and here we go, look. Premium depot tank station is complete. I left it absolute pristine because problems from last time. I'll decide if I'm going to weather it and I'll do that in loft. You follow this step-by-step guide and you'll be having one of these on your layout for under £5. Got to say, fellas, this is what it looked like, what I was aiming to do, and this is what it looks like. I don't think it's a bad effort. I'm not a scratch builder at all. I've put a couple of bits of fancy nonsense on it and all just to make it a little bit more interesting, but as you can see I've hidden both them joins. I've put a ladder on one and I've put a pipe on the other, which may or may not be correct. I know I laugh and a joke and I'm a bit crackers and silly, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thanks a lot for 1,000 subscribers in what must only be about 6 weeks. I honestly thought it'd take about a year, but I'm proper chuffed with that. I just hope I've got enough crazy ideas left in my mind to do some more videos, because it took a lot of effort to do as many videos as I've done in the last 6 weeks. So we'll see how it goes. Cheers.